Houston, Texas, Miss Jessica Vargas.
Hello, welcome everybody. Thank you all. Thank you, Charlene, for that beautiful introduction. Let's give it all back to Charlene for amazing host for the amazing hosting. Thank you all. My name is Jessica Vargas. I'm in Houston, Texas. I've been in ACN for a few years now. My background is in oil and gas and also a Pilates and yoga instructor. The reason why I actually started an ACN is because my mom got sick and she had a stroke in 2018 and she was placed in ICU for a few weeks. I asked my job if I can take those 2 weeks off to be with her since everybody in my family worked. They declined me and I went to Jonathan. I said, I see you are successful at what you're doing and I want to take a look at what you do. So I went to a live event and I was mind blown at the information that I saw and that this industry actually existed. I enrolled right away and it has changed my life in so many different aspects. So what I'm going to do now is share my screen with you guys. So what we're doing is actually what I am excited now than when I first started because of this beautiful service that we have, Impact Health Sharing. It is the solution to the rising costs of the health insurance. It works better, it feels better than insurance, better coverage and better value. Because of the technology and the way we do business is constantly changing, Netflix just took over Blockbuster and wiped them out. Airbnb and Uber is disrupting the hotel and taxi industry. Toys R Us is completely gone because of Amazon, and healthcare is no exception because with Healthcare Impact, we are going to disrupt the broken healthcare insurance industry. So we're gonna go into the movies. It's a short 2-minute video. It's going to be an overview of what Healthcare Impact is about. It's from the CEO of Phil Chrysler, and I'll be back in 2 minutes.
Hi, I'm Phil Chrysler, President and CEO of Impact Health Sharing. Healthcare sharing began in churches. You were asked to contribute to help Bob and Sue with their ailment. People passed the hat and you contributed what you could to help your fellow member in need. Then, fast forward, you saw great things occurring in the Amish and Mennonite communities doing exactly the same thing. Then it got a little more formalized in the 80s with some religious-based organizations, and then the Affordable Care Act came along. That's really what propelled healthcare sharing to its modern-day growth. You remember the individual mandate penalized you with a tax if you didn't have health insurance. But if you were a member of certain healthcare sharing organizations, you didn't have to pay that. Now we know the individual mandate has, of course, been reduced to zero. But in the meantime, healthcare sharing grew over 1,000% in the last decade alone. Why? Because it's an alternative to the high cost of insurance. Typically, you'll pay 30 to 50% less. Some reasons why? We're not for profit. So we have no profit motives that typically cause conflict between members, providers, shareholders, and the executive team. None of that exists with healthcare sharing and certainly with Impact. You can stop overpaying, my friends. Here's an important statistic to understand why. Department of Health and Human Services says about 5% of the population account for nearly half of the healthcare spending that occurs in this country. Majority are healthy. They're overpaying, though, for the non-healthy. Insurance has become really no longer affordable. 80% of U.S. adults rate lowering their healthcare costs as their top concern. So why Impact? Well, we're rooted in the Love Thy Neighbor approach, which allows us to welcome all races, all religions, all colors, all creeds. We were the very first healthcare sharing entity to launch this patented technology platform that really provides 100% transparency. This had never been done before in healthcare sharing, certainly not in health insurance. We have member-owned accounts. That way the money stays in your account. We have no network. You get to see any doctor you want. Again, providing full transparency on how all the money moves is something we're really, really proud of. And of course, you have no open enrollment restrictions. Membership begins the first of every month. You just got to finish that application by the last day of the previous month. We also have great pricing and programs for individuals, for families, for seniors, and for groups. And remember, friends, it's a comprehensive program for your health. So we have preventative services, maternity, accident, illness, and of course, injuries. You have access to telemedicine and an industry-leading prescription drug pricing program. Here is a quick video that highlights the
So I'm going to stop there right there. So as you can see why we're excited with this new service. So here's the comparison between traditional healthcare insurance and impact health sharing. You have 30 to 70% savings per month with impact. You have an annual PRA as low as $2,500 per household, not per member, but per household. You get to choose your own network. You're not restricted to just one network. And we have the lowest prescription RX pricing in the entire nation. Also have lower copays, co-shares, and provider fees and versus traditional insurance who has higher copays. And telehealth 24/7. Imagine 24/7 reaching out to somebody at any time. It's totally free, zero cost to you. And for those who do not have a social security number, but have an I-10 number, we can cover millions of people who do not have health care and that who are from these countries. So we also provide mental health coverage as very lucrative to us, and coming soon, holistic medicine. So we are partnered with a company called ACN. We're a global acquisition company. We started in 1993. Grew over 27 countries and over 5 continents, revenue billions in sales and growing, millions of customers acquired. And we're the world's largest direct seller of telecommunications, energy, and other essential services. And below, you can see the accolades. We've been featured in Inc. 500 magazine, and we have an A+ better rating with the Better Business Bureau. So what do? We provide essential services for residential and for businesses such as wireless, high-speed internet, bundle your television, energy and gas, healthcare, security and automation with Vivint, one of my favorites, payment processing, travel. You can save travel with Truvi Lifestyle, and identity theft protection. So I know all of you guys are actually partnered or have seen these logos before and utilize them. So we are partnered with all these Fortune 500 companies, and our new service, 30% to 70% savings compared to your average healthcare costs each month with healthcare impact. One of my favorite incentives is you can get free energy. Who likes anything free? So if you just acquire 12 residential Zoom, electric, or gas customers, your electricity can be free. So if you have free electricity, drop it in the chats. We're also partnered with many, many charities, including Ronald McDonald and Project Feeding Kids. So it's pretty simple. Each time you acquire a customer and that customer pays that bill, a child gets fed. So that's a beautiful concept that we have. Our business model. So what makes us different is we go straight to consumer. We eliminate the media and internet marketing that provides more choices for our consumers and better value and income generating opportunities. So there's actually 4 ways of generating income with this business. The first way is we call upfront money, weekly money. So we can acquire 5 services, $200, 5, $200, 3 more services after that is an additional 200 and 200 and so forth. It's unlimited. You can go all out. There is no cap. The second way, and the reason why we're all here, is residual income. So each time you acquire a customer and they pay their bill, each month you get a check up to 20% from those customers month after month, year after year. I have customers that had signed up when I first started and they still are my customers. Beautiful concept. The third and fourth way is you can share this business with other people, and whenever they acquire customers and team members, you get 4% overriding revenue. And below are just the positions that you can promote yourself to, and you can earn up to $450 each time somebody's acquired to your team. And more training on that coming soon. So to become an independent business owner, it's just a $299 startup one-time fee startup with a $25 monthly business support. So down below on the right, you can see your website. You can utilize it from your laptop or your phone. You have a personal website with your training and marketing tools inside. Salesforce is backing up by Salesforce with your business and tracking and reporting. You have your IBO and customer support, and ACN perks, exclusive IBO savings and rebates. So all you do basically is direct people to your website and assist them in becoming a customer. So in ACN, you're in business for yourself, but you're never by yourself. You're always going to be helped. So that is the end for my presentation. I just wanted to say thank you. And here's where we're going to take lucrative notes. If you can, take a pen and pad out. And if you don't have a pen and pad available, take pictures, as we're going to go into the training portion and going to jump into the compensation plan as to how we make our money. So I'm going to pass it over to our gentleman that I have seen so much success for, have so much respect. He is climbing the charts of the ACN ladder. He is an individual that is a realtor in Houston, Texas, and he's a regional director out of the Houston, Texas market. I'm going to pass the stage over to Mr. Marshall Stewart.
Wow, good evening, everybody, and let's keep that applause going for Regional Coordinator Ms. Jessica Vargas. Didn't she do a phenomenal job explaining who we are, showcasing the opportunity that we have here? So, Jessica is someone that has continually helped people have success, and I've watched her grow into the amazing leader that she is. So, on top of the amazing woman that she already is. So, congratulations, Jessica, on your success, and thanks for all you do. But man, it's so good to see so many of your beautiful faces. Always a pleasure. Good to see you, Ruth and Faustina and Jennifer, Lamar. What's up, my brother? Good to see you. What's up, Cam? Good to see you. Guys, it's an honor to have the stage here this evening with all of you. And we're all excited, not just because it's Christmas time, but we have an incredible opportunity on our hands that we are very passionate and fired up about. And you just heard why. Jessica just did an incredible job. And for me, I got excited when I first saw it a few years back because I was looking for a plan B. I was tired of getting let go from jobs that, I put my all into. And then, of course, the economy going up and down and the pandemic and all these things affecting my money, right? So a plan B was essential for me to have. And I'm so grateful that a friend of mine several years back called me up out of the blue and told me I needed to take a look at this business. So I was all in. I got started right away. The only challenge was I didn't have a lot of time. And, over the years, I just followed the system. I followed the leaders, the people who were teaching me how to build this part-time, spare time. And it turned into a lot of business for me. I was blessed to, see thousands of customers connected through our storefronts and, hundreds of business partners that we were able to build together with. And it's all due to the training and support we have here and the grace of the good Lord above. But what I want to do is really share with you how it works as far as compensation, because this is a business and all of us are excited to get started here with ACN. But, at the same time, not just getting started is the goal. We want to help you maximize your investment that you just made the decision to move forward with and turn this into a very lucrative legacy building kind of income, whatever you want to turn this into. So the compensation that we earn here, it only happens whenever we get customers. Okay, so our goal isn't to build just a massive team of people standing around doing nothing. Nobody makes money that way. We all do the same exact thing. Whether you're doing it yourself or teaching other people how to do it, getting customers is key. So if you're brand new here on the call, or you're getting restarted, or you're wondering what the next steps are, we want to help you reach your first promotion of customer qualified. You heard Jess talk about it. 5 services that equal at least 10 points is going to get you a $200 bonus. You know, more to come on this point system here, but understand that's our first goal, focusing on 5 services. So for me, I signed up everything I could from the jump. My wife and I represent 8 services in our home by ourselves before I talk to another soul on this planet, right? So you can definitely make some serious money. And it's 2 ways that we earn. There's residual income, the monthly income that, you know, sustains us because people keep paying bills. That's the freedom money, but that's long term. So up front, there's going to be some bonuses that will fuel your journey. Okay, so let's start with the long term, because this is what gets people excited about freedom, right? That's the big thing. So every service here is represented, and all of them have a point value attached to them. Okay, so some you can see are worth 1 point, and some go all the way up to 8 points and beyond. So take a picture, take a screenshot of this so that you have it to be able to reference and you know what to shoot for. But our recommendation is to focus on these top simple and lucrative services here that will help you make some quick money through this bonus program. But along the way, every service, as I said, has a point value, and all of us should have the tunnel vision to go after the maximum possible residual income we can earn, which is 20%. Jessica talked about it in her presentation. 20% is unlocked whenever we personally get 200 points. So if you want to take a picture or screenshot of here to see the breakdown, go for it. But I want all of us focused on this 200 point 20% milestone, because why not go for the highest amount that ACN wants to pay us? Who wants to stop at 3? Who are my 3%ers excited about 3%? None of us. We're ready for 20. We want the full absolute unlocked payment that we can possibly get. And here's what's great about it. As you unlock your personal residual income along the way, you're also unlocking more parts of your team's residual income as well. So once you hit 75 personal points on your way to 200, you're going to be able to maximize a full 5 levels of team members, 4% of the residual income that, you know, is available, you know, from your team. So all you have to focus on in the beginning is 200. Well, first, obviously, your first promotion of customer qualified, but thereafter, as you run through each promotion and position, 200 points will unlock all 5 initial levels of your team, as well as 200 plus personal points to 20%, right? So then when you get to the point where you're living the good life or living the dream, like my brother, Mr. Jonathan Thomas, when you're a regional vice president, you get paid well below your 5th level. You get paid up to infinite levels in this particular company. So what I'm going to do is play a quick video that's going to showcase the power of what this residual opportunity can really bring, especially for business owners, or if you know business owners, right? So let me go ahead and play this quick video, and I'll be right back to explain what this means.
Thanks, Harsh. I appreciate you having me on the call. Yeah, I've been in the aerospace industry going on 40 years. We have 130 employees between 2 facilities, one here in Connecticut, one in Fort Worth, Texas. And we currently are offering, Impact as an option to our standard insurance offering with Cigna. And we have 9 employees that have taken advantage of that so far. Others are very interested, and just with those 9 employees, we're saving $7,000 a month over what it would have cost us with Cigna. Not only that, but this past year, our renewal with Cigna was over $1 million. And we got a quote from Impact, and if all of our employees switched to Impact, that cost would be $360,000. So I don't know if they're all going to switch, but that number looked pretty enticing to me. On top of the things that Craig said about the great service and member-centric approach that Impact has, it's been a great thing. I love introducing this to other business owners because they can take advantage of the savings, they can take advantage of the residuals, and give back more to their employees. Thanks, Harsh.
Did you guys hear the amount of savings that he was able to get through Impact? I mean, went from $1 million to under 400,000 just for his particular business by itself. And that's amazing, right? For, you know, a business owner to say, man, you're cutting my costs down over $600,000 annually. That's insane already from the get-go. But here's the thing. If you know business owners and you share this with them, or maybe you know people that know business owners, and it just happens to fall in your organization, who wants a little piece of over $300,000 of impact, you know, revenue coming into your organization, even if it wasn't your introduction? That's what's powerful. And business owners are looking for things like this to be able to help their employees. I've got a family member here on the line, Miss Sabrina, who's actually, her and her husband have an auto mechanic shop, and they're looking to benefit, you know, their employees through something like this. And this is a great option for people to be able to utilize, you know, and show and offer it to their employees at a significantly lower rate than what they would get through traditional health insurance. So I don't want y'all to sleep on the fact that business owners are looking for an opportunity like this, especially with Impact Health Sharing. So that's why we're so excited. But let's talk about the bonus money, because the residual is the long term. That's the freedom money. But what does it take to earn that? How do we get there? Well, there's a promotional system along the way where the more customers we get together, meaning myself and the team that we form together, we are going to promote to higher levels that bring higher bonus dollars as well. So your goal is you want to run as fast as you can to regional director. Regional director is one of the main positions to run to, especially because it helps bring you, you know, significantly higher bonuses, and people make big decisions at that role. So your first promotion, as a reminder, you want to do this right away. Customer qualified, 5 services, 10 points, as quickly as possible. We've got people here on the line and in our organization that do this within their first 24 to 48 hours. Get it out the way, because you're going to get paid $200 right away. Okay. Now, from that point forward, every additional 3 services that equal at least 6 points is going to pay you another $200. So remember that scenario of me signing up my own services between my wife and I. 8 services pays a $400 bonus just for me to save money on my own bills, right? And then if you're someone, you know, on the line that also has access to other customers, you know, friends, family, other people that you know, or if you're a real estate professional like myself and others on the line, we have access to clients that regularly close and need these services. If you know insurance people like Mr. Thomas with that kind of background, they would love to offer this to their clients, you know, offer, you know, healthcare to their clients, right? So there's a lot of ways you can get a lot of customers. And so, you know, just offering this, there's upfront money that you can make. And you see at the bottom, you know, 8 services per month, $400 per month is good money, extra, especially Christmas money that many of us are needing. But moving on, you promote to executive team leader once you and your team combine for 30 points. At this point, it becomes fun, because everybody from this point forward that reaches their first promotion in their first 30 days of joining the business, you're going to get paid $50 for every new customer qualified business partner. So anybody that joins your team, reaches their first services, and gets that bonus that we talked about, we're going to get paid $50 for every single new person we help do that. And it could be as much as 10 people doing that in a month. That's an extra $500 as an executive team leader. That can also happen in a week for some ETLs, executive team leaders here on the line, right? So you can make some pretty good side money just helping other people get customers. And for those of you that run for this position and you qualify for executive team leader in your first 30 days of the business, remember that means you and your team combine for at least 30 points, and 15 of those points come from someone other than yourself, you're going to get an additional $500. So if you're keeping track, when you get 5 services yourself, you're going to get $200 right off the gate. You help someone else do the same thing, you're putting yourself in the conversation of this extra $500 bonus for yourself too, just for doing that in your first 30 days, right? So work with your leader to make sure that you qualify for that because many of us have helped people do that in their first week of business. It creates an exciting story. Okay, now regional coordinator. The reason why Jess, her smile is beaming through the camera is because she recently promoted to regional coordinator and she's seeing the fruits of the labor that she put in. And it's an amazing position because you get a 3 times raise just for doing the same exact work. You getting customers and you helping other people get customers. Every time somebody joins this business and reaches their first promotion to customer qualified, a regional coordinator like Ms. Vargas is going to get $150 for every single new one. Now, you see the example, 20 customer qualified, business partners in a month, that's an extra $3,000. Can we agree? Now we're talking about maybe freeing up some more time walking away from jobs that you might be tired of, right? Supporting yourself or a spouse or maybe living some dreams at this point. Okay. What if you're a regional coordinator and that happens in a week? That happens for regional coordinators in this organization. So to reach this position, it's when you and your team combine for 200 points together and you meet the qualifications to do so. It's an exciting position. Now, regional director, the one that you run to at this point, this is where things get really interesting because from here, your bonus money for every new business partner that gets customer qualified, they reach that first promotion. Remember, 5 services, 10 points is your first promotion. When they reach that bonus for the regional director of the organization goes up to $250 for every new customer qualified business partner. How exciting would it be? You as a regional director, picture this. You have a team of go-getters, people that are excited about healthcare, people that are excited about helping other people and serving others in a time of need like right now. And 30 new business partners join your team and they reach their first promotion. How would you feel if $7,500 was deposited into your bank account right before Christmas, right? That's what RDs are excited about. The possibilities of helping other people and creating this momentum by helping others learn how to do exactly what we're doing, which is getting customers. It's exciting. And many regional directors have done weeks like this where they have such big paychecks that come in. Again, major money can be earned as you take this business more and more seriously. And over time, the more bonus money that you earn and you focus on receiving, you're building your residual income on the back end. That's the way you should think about this. Make sure that you're paying yourself a bonus at least once a week, every single week. If you're getting a bonus, especially starting out, you're making sure you're also building up your treasure chest known as residual income over time. Okay, so with that being said, running to RD and regional director is the most, just the biggest thing we're cheering you on for. And we know you can do it because many of us have done it ourselves when we decided to take this seriously and help a lot of people in a season like this. So it is my pleasure now to go ahead and pass the baton over to my brother down in South Texas. He's a fellow real estate professional as well, and someone that I have the world's respect for, not just for what he's done in business, but for the man that he is, a servant heart for the Lord, someone who just continues to help so many other people, just to be able to have success in this business and truly has a heart for helping and serving. So that's none other than Regional Director out of McAllen, Texas, Mr. David Olivares. David, the call is yours, brother.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give Mr. Marshall sort of a huge round of digital applause. Wasn't that an incredible compensation training? I am jumping out of my seat, especially if you knew what we knew was coming in 24. Oh my gosh, you'd be let's get to work mindsets. But anyway, thank you, Mr. Stewart, for your leadership. Thanks for always going the extra mile, and it's an honor to be able to work alongside you. So let's get some customers. Who wants to feel confident by the time you get off the Zoom, you can get 20 customers before the week is over? Okay, who wants to get 20 plus customers? All right. Great. Wonderful. Now, my background is in the real estate industry, as you saw, obviously. I'll give you a big hint. Make friends with realtors and anybody in the real estate industry, because when I saw this, I saw, oh, I can help my clients. Clients are coming to me, right? Now, that's a special case, right? But we're going to teach you how to be able to get a bunch of customers, all right? Take screenshots and Remember, we do this every Tuesday night, so if you don't catch it all, don't worry about that. Your brain usually retains about 7%. All right, guys? So the first thing that you want to be able to do is understand the services, right? Now we have a buffet of services. You saw this earlier, but the more you see this, the more you're gonna get it into your mind. Now think about it this way. If you want to win a game, the more points you have, the more points you have on the board, the more you're gonna win, the higher chance you have that you're gonna win the game. So look at it this way. So if you see some of these services are circled in red, and these are actually the top 6 most simple and lucrative services. Why? Because they're the easiest ones to get. And by the way, I'm going to give you a big hint. Impact is the highest paying residual income service ACN has had in the 30-year history of being in business. I wish we would have had this when I started this in 2016. Now, we have more services coming in 2024, right? In order to find out what they're going to be, you have to be in Dallas with us in March. Next. Now, how do you find your first customers? When you start, it has to be you, right? Highlighted in red. And then, of course, people who say no to your business. Just because they say no to your business, don't want to make money with you, that's okay. They can be your business partner. That's why when you're new, you concentrate on the first 2 sources. And then, of course, we have everybody else. Referrals, right? We have a special approach called the favor, why, help, support approach. And we'll talk about that in a little bit. But remember, when you start, you and people will say no to your business, right? Think about it this way. You want to be your own customer of your own service, right? Imagine if you had a car lot, you bought a Mercedes dealership, right? And you have, you're excited, but you don't buy any cars. You're just describing what the car looks like as people walk onto your parking lot. How silly would that be? So think about it the same way. You want to have the tools. You want to have the inventory to be able to market your business yourself. Don't think of how much it's going to cost you. Think of how much it's going to make you, right? Think like a business owner. Exactly. Because it's going to create belief in the service for you and create belief in the service for your potential customer. People are going to ask you, hey, what do you have? Do you have Zoom Energy at home? No, I've got XYZ. Okay, well then give me XYZ. You get it? Right? And you're going to learn up the sign up process. There's a website that we use here. It's got a lot of the technical stuff, right? Now, whoever you're working with you can work alongside with them. You can shadow them to learn some of the technical stuff, right? But the other reason you want to get paid on your own services is so you can get up to 20%. And you go from selling to sharing. It's a different perspective. Nobody likes to be sold, but people like to have somebody recommend them something to them, right? And then when somebody tries out something that you recommended to them, it just feels good. It's a mutual feeling, right? Next, for those who like free, you heard what Miss Jessica Vargas talked about earlier, that if you get 12 electricity accounts, you can get up to free electricity and gas. This is what this is. Now, not just can you get free electricity, if you become an identity theft protection service, and cyber theft is an all-time high right now, become a customer, right? Get 5 ID Seal customers, yours can be up to free every single month. You just pay the taxes. On the cell phone services, right? Everybody here has a cell phone, I'm sure. Is yours free? For you guys, it is. If your phone is free or your ID Seal is free, your service or your electricity is free, let's light up that chat. 5 cell phone accounts and you get a free line for every cell phone account, right? Some of us have not been paying our cell phone other than taxes for 10 years. I love that. It makes me giddy. Now, next, this promotion is for our Vivint Home Smart Security Systems. This is our exclusive security system that we work with. I've got 2 at my houses, right? One at one house and one at the other house. Why? You're going to get a discount on your home insurance. And once again, like you saw the previous slide, you're going to get paid on your own services. Now, this promotion this is crazy. The customer gets a $150 gift card, right? If you don't have Vivint, if you get it for yourself, the independent business owner, the IBO, gets a $150 gift card, right? Of course, customer gets a free doorbell with at least purchase of 1 camera, free installation, lifetime warranty. Get this. If you get this for yourself, you're actually getting $300. because you're the customer and then you're also the IBO. Boom, think like a business owner. I love this. I love this, love this. Plus, I'm not a CPA, but you can talk about your CPA about making a demo product and make it a tax deduction, right? Next, this is a bonus that we have this month. You get an extra $200 for every 6 energy or 6 gas accounts on top of the bonuses that you saw Mr. Stewart go over. Example, now you see some states have only gas, some states have only electric, like here in Texas, we have electric. And in some states like Ohio, you guys are so lucky. You've got both. So you can kind of get an idea, depending how many households you get, if you get both the gas and electricity or just one or the other, what you can get. Not going to go too much into this. Take a screenshot. We've got to keep the show going, right? Next, Impact Health Sharing. Open enrollment is right now. Now, for traditional health insurance, this is going to be ending this month, right? For us, we have open enrollment all year long. And like you heard Ms. Vargas talk about, it's a works better and feels better than insurance. Insurance is not a one size fits all, right? Now, up to 70% less than traditional healthcare. When you become an independent business owner, there's a 15 open book questionnaire. Guys, you can't get an easier than open book. I wish I would have had open book when I was in school. I would have probably graduated, the top of my class. But I'm happy to have gotten out of there, right? Here, you can make as much money as you want, right? All you have to do is take an open book impact accreditation test and you can get to work, right? Next, people ask, can you save with Impact Health Sharing? Take a screenshot of this. This is an example of a customer who walked into the doctor where he had a medical situation, almost $40,000. Impact repriced the bill, knocked off almost $30,000, right? And I think somebody accidentally wrote on the screen. If somebody can erase that, that would be great, right? So, approved for sharing was over $8,000. So this person only had to pay about $1,000 out of pocket, from $40,000 to $1,000. Moving on next, this person was charged $200,000. They knocked off $180,000, knocked it down to $20,000. This is incredible, guys. Now, how do you get Impact Health Sharing customers? You have to say something. The number one reason why people fail in business, ladies and gentlemen, is because people never open their mouth. They have to say something, right? They don't know about your business if you're not open. If your mouth's not open, you're not open for business, right? Everybody say it with me, all right? Are you open to getting a free quote on your healthcare cost? Easy peasy. They're going to say yes or no. If they say yes, ladies and gentlemen, go to your personal website, give them a quote based on the oldest member in the household. If they like it, if they like what they see on your website, they can sign up. It takes literally 5 minutes, right? Plus, we don't need to know what their income is, right? We don't discriminate based on what somebody makes, whether they can be an Impact member or not, right? Now, if they've got questions, they say, well, you know what, I want to talk over some personal stuff on this or whatever. Put in the lead. They're going to get a call within 24 to 36 hours, right? And then they'll have somebody go over all that, right? Between 24 and 72 hours, excuse me. Now, keep in mind, this is not insurance. It's an alternative to the high cost of health insurance. Next. Now, for those who want to master Impact Health Sharing, every Tuesday at the times that you see on the screen, Regional Vice Presidents Jeff and Melissa Street, they do a deep dive webinar and Q&A. This is powerful. This is open to customers too, ladies and gentlemen, right? But if you invite anybody on, please be on with them, all right? Just a courtesy, right? You invite to a party, you want to be there too, right? Next, the special approach. We're about to wrap up this section. This is what most people sometimes don't catch at the beginning. If you catch it at the beginning, you're going to be able to have a productive business that's going to make you money. If you get them on the savings, if you open up with that, you're going to lose them on the savings, right? You want to open up with a favor, why, help, support, right? Not everybody's in real estate where the customer is going to go straight to them, right? So get this. This is a special words that work, right? I'm going to make it my own. Now, notice how I'm going to stick to the words that work. There's a framework. And let's see who can maybe help me out here. Let's see. You know what, Miss Tina Ziegler, can you unmute yourself and give us a hand here?
Okay. Hi, David.
Awesome. Now, Miss Tina Ziegler is a friend of mine. We go way back. I actually met her in the real estate space, right? So here we go. Ring, ring.
Hi, David. How's it going? What's up?
Miss Ziegler, hey, how's it going? I know you're super busy. You're a business lady, but I have a quick question for you.
Okay, go ahead.
I was wondering if you could do me a huge personal favor.
Okay, what is it?
Look, you know me, I'm in real estate. I started working with a company that offers essential services that everybody uses every day, and it would mean the world if you would become one of my customers. Now, it's Tina, you know this. Look, I've been doing real estate for about 22 years. I love it, but I'm getting burnt out. I'm never home. That's the truth, making money, but sometimes money is not everything. So look, I took a look at this. I feel something could help me out, and I'm working towards a promotion by midnight tonight. And look, I'm almost there. I need a few more customers by tonight. Would you help me out? Do me a favor, support me, and maybe become one of my customers?
Sure, David, I'll help you, but you need to tell me what to do.
You know what? Can I get you a quote on your healthcare?
Okay, sure, yeah.
Awesome. Let's
need
give
it.
Regional Director, Miss Tina Ziegler, a huge round of applause. Now, easy peasy. Now, did you see how I made it my own, kept it fun, didn't sound like a robot, didn't sound like I was scared or anything, and I got through it. She's either going to say yes or no, right? Start with your warm market people that you know. Thank you, Ms. Ziegler, right? Now, next, to wrap this section up, closing tips. To learn faster and get more customers, start with being your own customer. Please trust me on this. You're going to thank yourself. Your future self will thank you, right? Start mastering 2 to 3 services. Master the favor, why, help, support. Practice this with whoever you're working with. Trust me, it's going to feel weird at first, but so was riding a bike. I'm sure you crashed and burned a few times, but after a while, you were popping wheelies. Now, next, I'm super excited because we're going to show you how to build an army of customer getters. We're going to go all the way to Michigan. A good friend of mine, regional director, top producing, Mrs. Estella Williams at Digital Stages All Years. Can you show us how to build a team of an army of customer getters?
Absolutely. I'm back here taking notes on your getting customers aspect, because you did an amazing job, Mr. David, on training how to get customers. And I hope you guys were taking notes and taking pictures of the slides, because that's truly critical. Again, my name is Estella Williams. I'm a regional director here, and just a little bit about myself. Prior to my getting involved with the company, the reason I got involved with this company was I was working 8 to faint, literally building someone else's dreams, and I had not had the opportunity to even realize my own. When I saw this opportunity, I literally had no time, and I had never done anything like this. And I met an absolute stranger who offered me who invited me to take a look at this opportunity. And I went out and took a look, and it made too much sense for me to say no. So fast forward along the way, I met my husband, and today we're blessed to be able to work side by side and build this business and bless individuals with this amazing opportunity that's been such a blessing to us. And so with that, I'm going to go ahead and share with you all how to build a team, because I'm sure we can all agree with anything, it's a lot more fun doing it with a team as opposed to trying to do it by yourself. So we're going to talk about how to build a team and also how to launch your business, because when you get started, you don't want to just get started. You want to launch your business out of the gates. But before I do that, I want to give it back up to my amazing partner down there in Texas, Mr. David, who is, he is a champion. And so we're going to go ahead and get started. Remember all of what he shared with you about getting customers, because you're going to need those tips when you start building a team. Because if you don't have, you can have you can build the biggest team as you want, But if there are no customers, no one makes any money. So because ACN is a customer acquisition company. So please remember that. So the part that Mr. David taught you was very critical. I hope you guys took great notes. So when you get started, you want to book a Zoom meeting as soon as possible. Matter of fact, get started. For those of you on this call tonight, regardless of whether you're a brand new person or someone that's, if you've been in the business for a while, we encourage everyone, book your Zoom meeting. If you don't have one or two on the books, book a Zoom meeting within the next 24 to 48 hours, because you want to set yourself up to win here. And you want to pick a time that works best for you and the presenter, not the time that works for the guests that you're going to invite. Because how many times have you guys ever gone to a graduation, you've been invited to a party or dinner, or the people didn't call you, Miss Charlene got married recently, she didn't call the guests and say, you know what, I was thinking about getting married. I just wanted to find out what date would be good for you all. You don't do that. So pick the time that's best for you and this presenter, and then you just call and invite. I suggest picking 2 times, because that way, if people aren't available for the first time, you have an alternate time to offer them. You want to make a list right out of the gate. See, this is where a lot of times, how many people cheated on their test back in school? Don't raise your hand. A lot of people try to cheat right here at this part right here. We tell people, when you get started, make a list of 100 names. And people say, well, I'm just, they don't really mean 100. I'm gonna make a list of 50. I'm gonna make a list of 60. It says 100 names, people. Make a list of 100 names. Do not prejudge. Now, you can definitely make more than that, but absolutely don't make less than that. That's the bare minimum, because you want to set yourself up to win here. You want to start with your A-list. Well, what's an A-list, Mrs. Stella? Well, your A-list are business owners. So if you were starting a McDonald's, who would you want on your board of directors? Obviously, you want the most successful people that you could think of. You want business owners. You want people who are used to having success, because they're not afraid of success. See, they make $324 decisions all day, sometimes multiple times a day. You want people that have network marketing experience, because when they see this opportunity, it blows their mind when they see what we have our hands on. You want $100,000 plus earners, because even though they're working a job, they're working that job as though they own that company. And then you put everybody else on there. But you know what most people do? They work this thing backwards. They put everyone else down first, and then they wonder why they don't have success. Don't do that, please. Because you're sending your business straight to the dumps. You're starting out, going to the bottom. Work it in the order that it is in. It's in this order for a reason. Also, you want to start inviting. And when you're inviting, you want to over-invite, because only 50% of what you invite are going to show up, even when they're confirmed. And whoever gets the most people in front of this information, the fastest, is the person that wins. So don't try to cheat the system, because I promise you it will not work. Just like, sooner or later, when you cheated on your test in high school, grade school, or whatever, it caught up with you. You probably, if you kept cheating, you cheated off of somebody that wasn't even as smart as you. So you probably would have done better just trying to go it alone. Now, here, I'm going to actually I want to have someone role play with me. This is the script. This is your words that work. You want to master this. Literally, you want to get this and learn this to where you know it so well, you know it in your sleep. I'm going to ask Miss Jessica Vargas to role play with me. She did such an amazing job on that presentation tonight. I would definitely love for you to help me out, Miss Jessica, if you would.
Of course.
Okay, so Jessica is a good friend of mine. So I'm going to call her up, and because, I'm definitely want to share what I've come across with her. So I call her up, ring, ring.
Hello, Mrs. Stella.
Hey, Jess, listen, this is Estella. Listen, I only got a minute. I'm sorry, I'm running out the door. But listen, I know this is a very crazy question. Do you look at other ways of making money?
Oh, Of course, that's not a crazy question. What's going on?
Well, obviously, you know about the accident I was involved in, and you obviously me and a 9 to 5 having a relationship is just not even possible.
Right.
And this economy, as I'm sure you know, is just going sideways. And that's why I started looking, to be able to generate some additional income. And so I'm so excited, Jess, because I actually met an individual who is having massive success expanding an online business with Global Essential Services. Now, his name is actually Mr. David Oliveris. I don't know how I was able to do it, Jess, but I actually was able to get this gentleman to give me 15 to 20 minutes of his time tomorrow. Now, because, and I'm really surprised I was able to do that because he's so successful. Not only is he successful, everyone he's working with, they're having success as well. And he's very down to earth. So if I send you the link, can I count on you to jump on the call?
Yes, of course. I'm very open-minded to seeing this individual and meeting him.
Okay, definitely. Now, I want you to not be so agreeable. Ask me something.
What is this all about?
Well, you know what, Jess? That's a great question. People, please do me a huge favor. If you don't do it for yourself, and if you don't do it for your business, please do it for me. Here's where you don't want to have to be smart. See, we're so used to having to know everything. We're so used to trying to answer everything. If they ask you anything, if they ask you your name, ask me my name, Jessica.
What was your name again?
That you know what? That is a great question. I don't know all the answers, but what I do know is his name is Mr. David Oliveris, and based on the success that he's having, he's actually going to be sharing all of that with us tomorrow at 6:30. Can I put you down for coming?
Maybe. Can you tell me just a little bit more information?
You know what, Jess? That is a great question. Once again, you asked some of the best questions, Jess. And I don't know all of the answers, but I would love to invite you. That's why I invited you to be on the call, because again, Mr. David is going to be sharing all of that with us. And I don't know about you, but based on the success he's having, he's going to be sharing that with us. And I would definitely want to be on the call. And now it may or may not even be for you, but just trust me.
I will trust you, and I will be there. Send me the link, and we'll evaluate together.
Okay, great. So I look forward to us being on the call together. Now, just so you know, Jessica, do me a huge favor. Just so you know, Mr. David or someone from his executive office will probably give you a reminder call. So if you see a number you don't recognize, definitely be sure to take the call. And do me a huge favor, jump on the call about 5 minutes early. I would love to have a opportunity to introduce you to Mr. David before the call.
Will do. Thank you again for thinking of me.
Oh, absolutely. We got to get this money together. Please do not. Whatever you do, please do not start. Oh, well, it's the name of the company is ACN. It's $2.99 plus $25 a month. They're dealing with gas, electricity, the T-Mobile, Zoom Energy, Vivid. Please don't do that to people, because when you do that, I want you to imagine this. You're literally holding someone's opportunity at gunpoint. You're robbing that person of the opportunity to be able to see this information in the same way in which you were able to see it. You've stolen their opportunity from them. Please don't do that. We don't have the right to do that. Please follow the system, allow them to get the information in the same manner in which you were able to get it, and so they can make an educated decision. And here, we want to make sure, this is our Zoom etiquette, ladies and gentlemen. This is our Zoom etiquette and checklist. So this is what you want to do prior to your Zoom. You want to make sure that you send out a text reminder. Now, although you're going to send all of the people that say yes, they will get on to hear the information, you want to send that list to your presenter the day of, earlier during the day, the day of, so that they can have your guests confirmed. But you also, as the inviter or the host, you want to 15 minutes prior to your Zoom or prior to your private reception, call these guests or text the guest yourself. This is the only time that you're going to hear us tell you text the guest. When you're inviting, you pick up the phone. We suggest pick up the phone. They need to hear your voice. But here we're saying send a text 15 minutes prior to, because people get busy. Life happens. That text is just a simple reminder. Now, have a professional background. Make sure you have your camera on, because your guests are watching you. They're going to take their cue from you and how you're acting, how you're responding to the guest, to the speaker and the presenter. Make sure you have your lights on. Test your microphone and make sure that the video is working properly. And make sure that as your guests are coming on, introduce the guests to the host to the speaker as they're coming on, and be upbeat. Have some excitement in your voice, because you're actually setting the tone for your meeting. Pay attention, make sure that there are no distractions, and hold all of your questions, because this is not a time for you to have questions. And be sure to have fun. And this is our call to action. Make sure within the next 24 to 48 hours, let's get a private business Zoom in place for every one of us, so that we can have massive success. And I am so excited to bring up our next speaker, so he can help everybody get their mindset in order. And so with that, at this time, I'd like to bring up top producing regional vice president. He is a leader's leader and a servant leader out of the Texas market, Houston, Texas market. Top producing regional vice president, Mr. JT Thomas. Mr. Thomas, the call is over to you.
Well, great, Mrs. Stella. Thank you so much. And I want to give a round of applause, not just to me. Thank you guys so much. You're too kind. But I want to give a round of applause for everyone who had a part tonight. And this was such an amazing training. You know, from the start, Miss Charlene, Miss Jessica, you know, Mr. Marshall, Mr. David, and Mrs. Stella, all together, you guys are incredible, A1 training. So I just want to give it back to them and give them a round of applause. So guys, can we show our love for them and just thank them for this amazing training? So guys, I'm going to hurry up because I know we're close to time, but I need you guys to stay with me, because this is the most important part of the actual training, guys. So we're going to get right into it. And we're going to talk about mindset, like Mr. Stella said. And, you know, mindset is super important, guys. And you're going to hear some of the scenarios that I personally went through as I'm talking about this mindset training. So let's talk about mindset. The first thing you want to do is make a decision. Now, there's always two decisions. The one decision is to get started in ACN. Make that decision tonight. I said tonight. Okay. Don't worry about, listen, I'm going to tell y'all something. I was going to save this, and I am going to save it till tomorrow. There is something that is going to happen tomorrow that I promise you, you're going to be so shocked at this amazing opportunity. You're probably not going to sleep after tomorrow, after what they're going to announce tomorrow. So just be careful of what your limited thinking is today, because tomorrow you're probably going to be like, what is going on with this company? I got to jump on board. So please make a decision. It's $2.99. And trust me, after tomorrow, yeah, in my opinion, it should be way more than that. But anyway, make a decision. The second decision you want to make is to win. You want to win in this opportunity. You want to make sure that you're doing this to win. Number two, the reason why you need to win. You need to determine your why. So my why was my mother. You heard other people, you heard Miss Jessica Vargas, she was telling you that, her mother was sick and ill and she needed to, get with her and make sure she made time for her. And these are things that you need to write down. So if you're new on this call, please write down your why. Mr. David has a why. Miss Tina has a why. I'm sure Miss Ruth has a why. I'm sure Miss Jennifer has a why. I'm sure Mr. Lamar has a why. Miss Bianca, I'm sure you have a why. Write it down if you don't. And if you have to, take a picture of it and make sure you put it in your phone. You want to be coachable, guys. I've done this business for quite some time. And the one thing I've noticed is the coachable people always win. Because you know why? They're going to take notes when we're on a training on Tuesday night. They're going to sit there and say, you know what? Teachers are telling me how to invite. Let me do exactly what they tell me to do. Let me do exactly what they're telling me to get customers. See, the coachable people will win. So you want to be coachable, have a great work ethic, and learn to sort. See, when you sort through this business, Just understand, guys, there's going to be red apples, there're going to be green apples and brown apples. Red apples, you want to spend most of your time. These are the people that are saying yes to everything. Okay. You want to make sure you spend most of your time with red apples. Green apples, they have a lot of questions. They want to, what about this? What about that? This, that, this, they got questions. It's great. That's totally fine. But just know that they're just going to have questions. And the brown rotten apples, you want to stay away from them. Stay away from rotten apples. Okay. Doesn't mean you don't love them, because these are going to be some of the closest people to you. But just understand that you just need to stay away from them about business. Okay. Now, number 6 is you never quit, guys. Think long term. And there is an emotional roller coaster. And I'm going to bring you through some scenarios, because there's ups and downs in everything. And I want you to hear some of these scenarios. When you get started, you're excited, right? Just like a lot of you. Tonight, you're like, man, ACN is ridiculous. It's amazing. This is an amazing training. This is incredible. So you're riding the high wave. And then when you talk to somebody, they're going to say, oh, man, I don't know, man. I don't know about this thing. I don't know if it's going to work. And then you ask them, what do you mean? Well, I do pay electricity. I do pay gas. I do pay cell phone. I do pay for internet. Wait a minute. I pay for the cable. I pay for my health care. But Miss Jessica, I don't think it's for you. I don't think this is going to work. I don't think this thing can work, even though I pay for all these things. I don't think this business will work. And then you're going to be feeling down. You're going to be like, oh, man, I don't know if this is going to work, because one person told me this may not work and they're paying bills. But then you talk to the next person and they're like, of course, I pay all these services. Why wouldn't I do this? So you see, there's ups and downs, guys, in this business. So you want to just understand this is normal. Everybody put in the chat, it's normal. Okay, write that in the chat. It's normal. There's going to be ups and downs, guys. Just get used to riding the wave, okay, and focus on your why. Now, this is the 4-step system, guys, and I'm gonna close out with this. You want to attend your quick start training. So congratulations to everybody tonight. You attended a quick start training. That's Tuesday nights at 7 p.m. You heard from Mr. Marshall and Mr. David earlier. Listen, you're only going to retain 7% of this, guys. So you don't want to make sure that you want to make sure that you humble yourself and say, you know what? I don't know information. Matter of fact, my leader used to tell me that if I said I knew all of this, he used to say, well, can you train it? And I used to say, no, I can't. And he said, well, you don't know it. All right. So come back to the training, guys, so you can learn it. Repetition is the mother of all learning. All right. The second thing is you want to get qualified. You want to make sure you have your 5 services and get paid sooner than later. Okay. And then you want to host your Zoom meeting. You want to make sure you do that. All right. And then, of course, you want to attend your Friday night leadership, guys. Attend your Friday night leadership class. Very important that you do that. We are the #1 team for the last 16 years. You want to make sure you include that. And then, of course, there's an Elevate event. But we do have some local events that I want to share with you guys. I'm going to pass this. There's some local events. If you are in Houston, Texas, we have a local event here this Saturday. Write this Saturday down, December 9th. You want to make sure you attend this event. There's a live event tonight on Saturday, guys. You want to make sure that you go to your live event. That's going to be an incredible event we're throwing in Houston. Now, if you're in Michigan area, if you're in Michigan market, okay, Miss Estella is throwing a training as well. You want to make sure you attend this training, guys, if you are in the Michigan area. Now, Dallas, of course, has an event that's going on. If you're in the Dallas area, make sure you attend. If you're in the Austin area, there's an event this Saturday as well. So again, these are Saturday events that are live to close out the year, guys. So you do not want to miss these events. It's going to close it out with style, guys. And again, if you're in California, Costa Mesa is a huge event in Costa Mesa. The vice president of Impact will be there, Miss Eileen Ryan, a lot of other leaders, guys. So again, you can see this information. You can plug in on go to Wealth Institute. If everybody can everybody see my screen here? Thumbs up. If you guys go to wealthinstituteinc.com, go to events here, you will see here at events, you'll see all the events, guys, and the information. Make sure you go to that event. Again, it'll show all of the information that you need to attend your Saturday training, guys. So without further ado, here's what we're gonna do. Because I want to respect everybody's time. I want everybody to jump in breakout rooms, but I hope you got a lot of value out tonight, guys, because again, there is something tomorrow. Just mark my words. If you didn't hear anything else, please hear this. Mark my words. Tomorrow, I'm going to see every single person on this call. Matter of fact, let me take a picture. I'm going to find out I'm going to take a picture who was on this training tonight and who had to go. Because tomorrow, I know something as a regional vice president that they're going to decide to announce tomorrow that is going to bring multiple partnerships to us that they're announcing, and we will be able to take advantage of that actually tomorrow. And I'm super excited. So trust me when I tell you, you are going to have such a blessed Christmas. You're going to think about 2024 and how you're so thankful that you took advantage of ACN opportunity before the floodgates open for 2024, when everybody's going to want to run to ACN for an opportunity. Trust me, after tomorrow. I can't tell y'all tonight because I swore to secrecy. And I know the company's going to say, hey, JT, why did you tell your team on that call? And by the way, we're recording it tonight, so I don't want to say anything. I don't want to incriminate myself. All right. But just trust me, if you get a text from me tomorrow, I already took the note of who's on this call. You're going to see what's going to happen tomorrow, and I promise you, you're going to lose it. You're going to flip your lid. So without further ado, guys, we're going to jump into some breakout rooms. Set a game plan for yourself. Thank you guys so much for attending tonight. And again, love you guys. Enjoy the rest of your night. Have a good night, everybody.